be with you, continue to protect you, continue to love you always. As we begin tonight, our second night, we ask Prabhu to be with us. Is that it, Neil? Are we there? Is that? No? Let us sit upright. Focus on Mataji as best as possible. And we invoke the presence of Bhagwan by first of all purifying our whole entire being, reciting the mantra Om, that primordial sound which emanated from the beginning of creation. We take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we recite Om. We'll do that 3 times. Om. Again. Om. Again. गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपितजम्बूफलचारुभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजम् ॐ वक्रतुण्डाय हुं श्रीगणेशाय नमः। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बिके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। ॐ ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विद्महे। शिवजी भगवान। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमः शिवाय। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। खड्गं चक्रगदेषु चाप रविधान् शूलं भुषुण्डीशिरः शङ्खं सन्ददधाति करो त्रिनयना संवाङ्गभूषावृता यां हन्तु मधुकैतभोजलस्वभू स्तुष्टाव सूक्तै हरौ नीलाश्यामधुमास्यताद षडशां सेवे महाकालिका ॐ ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डायै विद्महे। प्रेम से बोलो श्री नवदुर्गा देवी माता की जय। We do प्रार्थना to Ganesh ji. Prabhu, please remove all difficulties from our path. Please remove them. Fill me with love. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. सिद्धि गणेशा बुद्धि गणेशा सिद्धि गणेशा बुद्धि गणेशा सिद्धि गणेशा बुद्धि गणेशा सिद्धि गणेशा बुद्धि गणेशा रिद्धि सिद्धि पति देव गणेशा गणेशाय नमः। ओम गणेशाय नमः। गणपति सिद्धि गणपते विद्या गणपति सिद्धि गणपति विद्या गणपति सिद्धि गणपते विद्या गणपति सिद्धि गणपति बुद्धि प्रदायक महागणपते गणेशाय नमः। ओम गणेशाय नमः। वाहन मोदक हस्ता मूषक वाहन मोदक हस्ता मूषक वाहन मोदक हस्ता मूषक वाहन मोदक हस्ता पाशांकुशधर दास केशवनुत गणेशाय नमः। ओम गणेशाय नमः। श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम गम गणपतये नमः। ओम गम गणपतये नमः। श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम गणेशाय नमः। ओम गम गणपतये नमः। ओम गम गणपतये नमः। ओम गम गणपतये नमः। ओम गम गणपतये नमः। प्रेम से श्री गणेश भगवान की जय। गणपति स्वामी remove off difficulties. Fill in us always that love, that devotion, that divine consciousness to recognize you always. Tonight, I have a bhajan that I would like to sing before we move on to others. I had promised I would send it to Neela to put it up, and I didn't send it to her. But I just want to share it because I like it. And hopefully you will like it too. It welcomes the mother. It goes like this. Maiya aavo padharo hamare bhavan. Please come to our home. Swagatam, swagatam, aapa ka agaman. भद्रकाली भी तुम, महाकाली भी तुम, भद्रकाली भी तुम, महाकाली भी तुम, भद्रकाली भी तुम, महाकाली भी तुम, भद्रकाली भी तुम, भद्रकाली भी तुम। मैया तुमको जपे रात दिन मेरा मन, रात दिन मेरा ते मेरा आवो पवन। माँ आवो पधारो हमारे भवन, मैया आवो पधारो हमारे भवन। स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन, स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन। मैया आवो पधारो हमारे भवन, मैया आवो पधारो हमारे भवन। स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन, स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन। मैया आवो पधारो हमारे भवन, मैया आवो पधारो हमारे भवन। स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन, स्वागतम स्वागतम आप आगमन। भद्रकाली भी तुम, महाकाली भी तुम, 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 भद्रकाली भी तुम, महाकाली भी तुम। मैया तुमको जपे रात दिन मेरा मन, मैया तुमको जपे रात दिन मेरा मन। माँ आवो पधारो, माँ आवो पधारो हमारे भवन। स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन, स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन। मात अम्बे भी तुम, जगदम्बे भी तुम, मात अम्बे भी तुम, जगदम्बे भी तुम, मात अम्बे भी तुम, जगदम्बे ही तुम, मात अम्बे भी तुम, जगदम्बे भी तुम, मात अम्बे ही तुम, जगदम्बे ही तुम, मात अम्बे ही तुम, मात जगदम्बे तुम। हजारों हे नमन, हजारों हे नमन, मैया नाम हजारों हजारों नमन। माँ आवो पधारो हमारे भवन, स्वागतम 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 आपका आगमन। मैया आओ पधारो हमारे भवन, मैया आओ पधारो हमारे भवन, स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन, स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन, स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन। प्रेम से बोल श्री नवदुर्गा देवी माता की जय।
नमो ज्योति रूपा, नमो विश्व माता, नमो जगतारण, नमो विश्वदाता, नमो ब्रह्म विद्या, नमो वेदवाणी, सदा जय सदा जय सदा जय भवानी, सदा जय सदा जय सदा जय भवानी। तू ही वैष्णवी नरसिंही सुरेसी, तू ही घोर रूपा, तू ही मुक्त केसी, तू ही परम गुह्या, तू ही सर्व जानी, तू ही परम गुह्या, तू ही सर्व जानी, सदा जय सदा जय सदा जय भवानी, सदा जय सदा जय भवानी।
Hari Om Tat Sat. Let's recite her 108 names. Hanji. Shri Ram, sorry. Hari Om Namah Shivaya.
स्वागतं मैया
Swagatam
मैया स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं तु स्वागतं शरणागतं मैया स्वागतं तु स्वागतं शरणागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं तु स्वागतं शरणागतं मैया स्वागतं तु स्वागतं शरणागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया
Hari Om.
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते शरणागत दीनार्थ परित्राण परायणे सर्वार्थ हरि देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्ति समन्विते भयभ्यस्त्राहिनो देवी दुर्गा देवी नमोस्तुते दुर्गा देवी नमोस्तुते दुर्गा देवी नमोस्तुते
Hari Om. Om Agachari Vadivashati Jodasi Jagatpate Maya Priya Pujanam Grihanas Rastami Shri Durga Maya Bhyo Namo Namaham Avahiyami Stapyami Dhayami Pujayami Namo Namaha. Bole Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundai Vichi Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundai Vichi Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundai Vichi. प्रेम से बोलिए जगदम्बा देवी मैया की जय।
Om Durga Durgadi Shamani Durga Padma Nivarani Durgam Chedini Durga Sadhini Durga Nashini Durgato Dharini Durga Nihantri Durgamapaha Durgam Jnanada Durga Daitya Lokadavanala दुर्गमा दुर्गमालोका दुर्गमात्मस्वरूपिणीं दुर्गमप्रदा दुर्गमविद्या दुर्गमाश्रिताः दुर्गम ज्ञान संस्थान दुर्गम ध्यानभासिनीं दुर्गमोहा दुर्गमगा दुर्गमार्थस्वरूपिणीं दुर्गमासुरसंहन्त्री दुर्गमायुद्धधारिणीं दुर्गमांगी दुर्गमता दुर्गम या दुर्गमेश्वरी दुर्गभीमा दुर्गभामा दुर्गभा दुर्गधारिणी नामाल्गी ममायस्तु दास्यात्ममानवः परे सर्वभयान् मुक्तो भविष्यति न संशयः। ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विच्चे श्री नवदुर्गा देवी माता की जय।
We join in reciting and singing along to the mantras of the Sri Mahishasuramardhini Stotram.
Aigiri Nandini Nandit Vedini Vishwavinodini Nandinuti Girivar Vindya Shirodini Vasini Vishnuvilasini Jishnunuti भगवती ही स्थिति कंठ कुटुंबिनी भूरि कुटुंबिनी भूरि कृते जय जय हे महिषासुर मर्दिनी जय जय हे महिषासुर मर्दिनी रम्यकपर्दिनी शैलसुते सुरवर वर्षिणी दुर्धर दर्शिनी दुर्मुखमर्षिणि हर्षरते त्रिभुवन तोषिणि शंकर तोषिणि कल्मषमोषिणि घोषरते धनुजनि रोषिणि दितिसुत रोषिणि दुर्मद शोषिणि सिन्धुसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि जय जय महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते आय जगदम्ब मदम्ब कदम्ब वनाग्र्यवासिनि वासरते शिखर शिरोमणि तुंग हिमालय श्रीनिजालय मध्यगते मधु मधुरे मधु कैत्यव गंजिनि कैत्यव वंजिनि रासरते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय जय जप्य जय जय शब्द परास्तुति तत्पर विश्वनुते जन जन झिम झिमि झिंकृत नूपुर सिंचित मोहित भूतपते नति नत नातर नति नत नायक नातिन नातय सुगन रते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते कमलदलामल कोमल कान्ति कला कलितामल भाललते सकल विलास कला निलया कर्मकेलि चला जय हंस कुले अलिकुल संकुल कुन्तल मंडल मौलिनी नाद बकुली करे जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते कनकलसात्मन सिन्धु जलैरनु सिञ्चिनुते गुणरङ्गभुवम् भजति स किं न सची कुच चरणं शरणं करवाणि नतामरवाणि निवासि शिवं जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते
जय देवी मैया प्रेम से बोलो श्री नवदुर्गा देवी माता की
जय।
जय अर्गला स्तोत्रम अस्य श्री अर्गला स्तोत्र मंत्रस्य विष्णुर्षिः अनुष्टुप्छन्दः श्री महालक्ष्मीर्देवता श्री जगदम्बा प्रीत्यर्थं सप्तशती पाताङ्गत्वेन जपे विनियोगः. We will join together after taking our arti in the Argala Stotra. This is a beautiful, powerful stotra which helps. I have described it a few years ago, how it helps to purify the blood of each and every person who is singing it, how it helps to remove all diseases and illnesses by the person who sings it with a beautiful, calm and loving heart. Markande uvacha Janti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shiva Dhatri Swaha Swada Namostute Jai Tvam Devi Chamundi Jai Bhutani Harini Jai Sarvagati Devi Kalaratri Namostute Madhukaitam Pavitravi Vidhyati Varade Namaha Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi
यशो देहि विशो जहि
महिषासुर निर्नाशि भक्तानां सुखदे नमः
रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि विशो जहि
रक्तबीजवदे देवी चन्नमुण्ड विनाशिनी
रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि विशो जहि
शुम्भस्यैव निशुम्भस्य धूम्राक्षस्य च मर्दिनी
रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि विशो जहि
वन्दिता त्रिभुगे देवी सर्वसौभाग्यदायिनी
रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि विशोजयि
चतुर्भुजे चतुर्वक्त्रं संस्तुते परमेश्वरि
रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि विशोजयि
कृष्णेन संस्तुते देवी साक्षात्परं ब्रह्मिते
रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि विशोजयि
हिमाचलसुतानाथ संस्तुते परमेश्वरि
रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि विशोजयि
इंद्राणी पद्मस्थाः पूजिते परमेश्वरि
रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि विशोजयि
देवी प्रचण्डदीर्घन्ध दैत्यदर्पविनाशिनी
रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि विशोजयि
देवी भक्तजनोद्धाम दत्तानन्दय अम्बिके
रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि विशोजयि
पत्नी मनोरमा देवी मनोवृत्तानुसारिणी तारिणी पूर्वसंसार सागरस्य करोद्भवामि इदं स्तोत्रं पठित्वा तु महास्तोत्रं पठे नरः सत्त्वशक्तिर्यति संख्या परवाप्नोति सम्पदामि रूपं देहि जयं देहि
यशो देहि विशोजयि रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि विशोजयि रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि विशोजयि रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि विशोजयि रूपं देहि विशोजयि यशो देहि विशोजयि
प्रेम से बोलो श्री नवदुर्गा देवी मैया की
Jai.
जय ओम नमः चंडिकाय Tonight I want to read a very important, beautiful, long katha that I have shortened. This comes from the pages of the Devi Bhagavad Puran, sorry. And it comes from the th chapter, volume 1, book 3. A very long time ago, Vyasji was repeating and telling us about a wonderful king. His name was Dhruvasandhi. His name was Dhruvasandhi. And he was a king in the solar race, the Surya Vansh, same race that Sri Ram later came along in. And he was a very noble king. And he had 2 wives, and they each had 1 son. The first son, his name was Sudarshan. And Sudarshan was born 1 month before his little younger brother. The younger brother's name was Satyavrit. So Sudarshan's mother, her name was Manorama. What was her name?
Manorama.
All of these will have relevance. So I'm moving through very quickly, just for you to be able to get the names. And the second wife, Leelavati, what was her name? Her son was born, as I said, 1 month after. So strictly speaking, Sudarshan is the elder. Now, what was the name of the king? We should remember we have nephew's name Dhruv. So Dhruvasandhi. Dhruvasandhi was a very brave and valorous king. So he went out one day, and when he went out into the forest, he was attacked by a lion. And he fought with the lion, and as a result of the fight with the lion, he was killed, and the lion too was killed. So now all of the kingdom was very unhappy because he was a good king. But what are they to do now? Who is going to be the king? Because the elder son, Sudarshan, was the elder son, but he was still a minor. And the younger son, by 1 month, seemed to be the more intelligent of the two. So they said we have to make a good choice now, because we have a chance now to choose who the king is going to be. As a result of this sort of turmoil, who are they going to choose? Manorama's father and Lilavati's father came to support their grandsons. And they couldn't agree. So a big fight now took place. Huge fight, lots of bloodshed, a lot of people fighting over the kingdom. And when I was reading it, I remembered something that happened to me just this week about family fighting amongst family for the land and for the property. Father against brother and brother. Fighting for land that doesn't even belong to them. But fighting for their right. And here now, we have not even the sons who are fighting for it. It's their father, their grandfathers, their respective nanas coming to fight on their behalf to put their grandson, their pota, onto the throne. Lilavati saw how strong the father of Manorama saw how strong the father of Lilavati was. And she ran away with her son, Sudarshan. And she ran to the ashram of a very noble and pious ashram, where she would remain. It is the same ashram where the Pandavas had gone to seek refuge. Whilst there, Lilavati's father, he came looking for her. He said, "Bring her out. I need to destroy her. I need to destroy the son." The rishi came out. He says, "You have come to an ashram. Do you know what happens at an ashram? We do puja, we pray. You have come to fight to take away someone to end their life? That is not Sanatan Dharma. You have no respect for here." And it reminded me of so many people who have no respect for the mandir, not the people here, but for mandirs outside and other places. They don't have respect and regard for their devatas. They don't have respect and regard for their dharma. They have no respect for elders. Anybody come before me, I give him a piece of my mind. I don't care who it is. Too much so you're giving so much pieces of your mind, you don't know how much mind you have left. So he comes there to argue with the rishi. And the rishi says, remember this story. Remember the katha of Vishwamitra and Vashishta Muni. Who remembers that? Everybody goes, yes, we remember. No, we don't know what yes, we remember. I won't go into that story because that again will take us a little longer. But at the end of the day, after Vishwamitra Muni, after Vishwamitra, when he was the king, went to the ashram of Vashishta Muni to try to take away the cow, he was defeated and had to be turned away. The rishi said, you too will be defeated in the same way. Lilavati's father left realizing that that is the truth. And now we come to Sudarshan, which is where I want us to start. Jaya Ma, Ambe Ma, Jagadambe Ma, Jaya Ma, Ambe Ma, Durga Ma. So now, having left, he sends his minister. Vidal comes. And all the sons of the Munis, so they growing up in puja, they saw him coming and started to mock this minister, calling him a name. Kleb, 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 look at him. Sudarshan, the little boy, seeing all these elder boys who are supposed to know better, mocking this person, decides he too going to sing that too. But he doesn't know the words. So he leaves off the ba and he goes with kli, 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 he is going. Night and day he is singing kli, 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 kli. Not recognizing and not knowing that that in itself is a beach mantra. You would remember it. Where have you heard it partially before? Om, Aim, Hrim, Klim, Chamundaye Viche. So he is reciting Klim, but without the ma, Kli. And we pause right there. Because how did it start? It started with children mocking someone who has come an elder. And you remember so many people in society who mock other people. They don't know what their abilities or disabilities are, and they mock them. Call them out in all kind of different ways. I remember when I was small going to grammar school, there was one fellow, and we would always say, you know, I can't remember his name right now, but he used to sell shave ice. And everybody, when that was many years ago, you know what shave ice is? Many people may not know what shave ice is. But they used to mock this guy going to and from the bathroom. Mock him, mock him, mock him. So of course I joined in too because all the elder children were doing it. Little did we know what was the difficulty that that man had. Later on we came to find out. Because he was limping and walking like a langhara. So we called them langhara. Mocking people. That wasn't the word that they used at that time when I was in primary school, though. They didn't call him langhara. But we mock people. And who gives us the right to do that? God has put each and every person here in the manner in which they are for their particular purpose and journey. Whatever karma they came with that they have to work out, maybe that's how they have to be to work out that karma. Who are we to judge that and to judge them and to mock them and say that they are not good and they are ugly and they are langhara and they are this and they are thin or they are fat or they are... No. We have no right to do that. When we remember that each and every aspect of creation was created in its particular way because that is how it was meant to be created. By God's desire. How can you question God? So these children who should know better, just like us, we should know better. We come to Mandir. We pray. We offer puja to Mataji. Should we encourage anyone around us to mock anybody? To judge anybody? No, that should be your answer. But the little boy now, he sees them mocking, he joins in, he gets the word wrong. And this is what sometimes happens. We get the message, but we get the wrong message. And we go around sharing the wrong message. And when we don't listen to what is being taught and we say things in the wrong way, then it is so easy for negative consequences to occur. We come to Mandir, we sing the bhajans, we recite the prayers, we do the mantras, we say the stotras. Our books tell us, say it right now. So we have to say it right. Otherwise, if we get it wrong, what happens? We do negative things to ourselves. Now, Sudarshan, what is his name? Sudarshan, you will remember it from this Sudarshan Chakra, Vishnu Bhagavan. Sudarshan. Sudarshan, little boy, before he had gone into the forest with his mother and gone to the ashram, all of his sanskars had been done. So he was a bright boy. He was an intelligent boy. Isn't that so, Sunny? He now is reciting in his mind, Kli, 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 morning, noon and night, Kli, 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 with one-minded devotion, Kli, Kli. His mother now decides to do his Janeyu Sanskar, Upanayan. He reaches to 11. By then, time has passed, but it's still not too late for him to do it. She puts him to do his sanskar. He sits to do it, so he's doing all of his sanskars coming up. His mind is now being fashioned by the Kli mantra that he's saying, and he's being awakened through his sanskar. 11 years old, he walks along to the river, and he gets a vision. Oh, what is that vision? Amba, Amba, Jaya Jagadamba. Amba, Amba, Jaya Jagadamba. Amba, Amba, Jaya Jagadamba. Amba,
Amba Jai Jagadamba,
Jaya Bhuvaneshwari, Jai Jai Mukamba.
Jai Bhuvaneshwari, Jai Jai Mukamba.
Amba, Amba, Jaya Jagadamba.
Amba Amba Jai Jagadamba,
Jaya Bhuvaneshwari, Jai Jai Mukamba.
Jai Bhuvaneshwari, Jai Jai Mukamba.
Mata, Mata, Jai Jagamata.
Mata Mata Jai Jagamata,
Mata, Mata, Jai Jagamata.
Mata Mata Jai Jagamata,
Jai Parameshwari, Jai Vishwadhata.
Jai Parameshwari, Jai Vishwadhata.
Amba, Amba, Jaya Jagadamba.
Amba Amba Jai Jagadamba,
Jai Bhuvaneshwari, Jai Jai Mukamba.
Jai Bhuvaneshwari, Jai Jai Mukamba.
Devi, Devi, Jai Mahadevi.
Devi Devi Jai Mahadevi,
Devi, Devi, Jai Mahadevi.
Devi Devi Jai Mahadevi,
Jai Chamundeshwari, Jai Gauri Devi.
Jai Chamundeshwari, Jai Gauri Devi,
Jai Chamundeshwari, Jai Gauri Devi.
Jai Chamundeshwari, Jai Gauri Devi.
Amba, Amba, Jai Jagadamba.
Amba Amba Jai Jagadamba,
Amba, Amba, Jai Jagadamba.
Amba Amba Jai Jagadamba,
Jai Bhuvaneshwari, Jai Jai Mukamba.
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 प्रेम से बोलो श्री नव दुर्गा देवी माता की जय। कराचित्योऽपि प्रत्यक्षं देवरिपि पादशंहः रक्ताम्बरं रक्तवर्णं रक्तसर्वगन्धभूषणं Garudeva Vahena Sanstena Vishnave Shaktimadhatam Drishta Prasanna Varana Savasavandipamajaha. Sudarshan got the vision of the Devi. Rakta Varanam, Raktambaram, Rakta Sugandham, wearing red with red ornaments. What was she riding though? Garudeva Hane Sanstho. She wasn't riding the lion. She was riding Garud, Garudji. Decorated with wild ornaments, mounted on Garudji with her wonderful Vaishnavi powers. So this is the symbol, this is the reminder of who it is. This is Vaishnavi Devi coming. She is on the Garud. Vaishnavi is the Shakti of Vishnu Bhagwan. Vishnu, Vaishnavi. So she comes to him. Drishtva prasanno vadanaha sababhuva nipajadaha. And with her face fully opened like the budding flower of a lotus. It is important to note that what happens next is she says nothing to him. Instead, Sudarshan bows instinctively and does her puja. She says nothing to him. Why? Here was a young boy who had done all of his pujas, who had done all of his mantras. Unknowingly, he had uplifted himself by reciting a Bij mantra. Nobody else had taught him. He taught to himself by reciting it in that manner. He had no guru at that point in time when he started learning it. By his own elevation and thoughts, it was sufficient for Mataji to be happy with that little boy and to come before him and to bless him. And we think, how do we bring our children up? Just like this little Devi here, just like this little Devi here. This is how they are being brought up. They are getting the inspiration and the vibration and the initiation into mantra and puja and appreciation of Devi Maya. And by continuing to say prayers in that manner, Mataji manifests and gives her darshan. And she doesn't have to say anything. Just her presence is sufficient to energize and divinize every aspect of our beings. Just her presence. One person I was speaking to, inviting to Mandir, said to me, all I want to do is sometimes just come and sit down and watch her. I don't need to do anything else. I just want to sit down and watch her. That gives me the joy. Just watching her face, feeling her love, feeling her presence, makes me inspired, makes me feel safe. And that was sufficient for Sudarshan. And I will end here. The rest of the story continues, what happens after with Sudarshan. But you know what? When I was reading this, I thought, you know, from many, many, many years ago, thousands of years, these were the first series, the serials. You want to know what's going to happen next? What's the next episode? Tomorrow you will get to hear what happened with Sudarshan and who he meets and who meets him and what they think about. But for today, the katha that I leave you with is the blessing that he got from seeing her. Amba, Amba, Jai Jagadamba.
Amba, Amba, Jai Jai शक्ति
जगदम्बा अम्बा जय जगदम्बा
अम्बा अम्बा जय जगदम्बा
जय भुवनेश्वरी जय जय मुकाम्बा
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 प्रेम से बोलो श्री नवदुर्गा देवी मैया की जय। पंडित जी
Devotees, now those of you who have come prepared to Charawe, you can proceed up to the Bedi here. Those of you who would like to simply go and perform your arati to the Divine Mother, you can proceed straight to the altar. We'll ask Kangadeen to please usher as persons can come forward now. So please use the time wisely. Those of you who are at the second benches, please come forward, and the third benches and so on.
जय श्री दुर्गा अंबिका जगत पालिनी मात तुमरो चालीसा रचो जय मोही सनात नमो नमो दुर्गे सुख करणी नमो नमो अम्बे दुख हरिणी निरंकार है ज्योति तुम्हारी तीनों लोक पैरी उजियारी चंद्रनलात्मुख महाविशाला नेत्रलाल भृकुति विकराला रूप मात को अधिक सुहावी दर्श करत जन अति सुख पावे जय अम्बे जगदम्बे मैया जय अम्बे जगदम्बे तुम संसारी शक्ति नव कीना पालन हेतु अन धन दीना अन्नपूर्णा हुई जगपाला तुम हो आदि सुंदरी बाला प्रलय काल सब नाशनहारी तुम गौरी शिव शंकर प्यारी शिव योगी तुम्हारे गुण गावे ब्रह्मा विष्णु तुम्हें नित्य ध्यावे जय अम्बे जगदम्बे मैया जय अम्बे जगदम्बे रूप सरस्वती का तुम तारा दे सुबोधि ऋषि मुनि नवबारा धरो रूप नरसिंह का अम्बा प्रगट भई पादे की कंबा रक्षा कर प्रहलाद बचायो हिरण्याकुश को स्वर्ग पठायो लक्ष्मी रूप धारो जग माही श्री नारायण अंग समाही जय अम्बे जगदम्बे मैया जय अम्बे जगदम्बे क्षीर सिंधु में करत विलासा दया सिंधु दीजे मन आसा इंगलाज में तुम ही भवानी महिमा अमित न जात बखानी मातंगी धूमावती माता भुवनेश्वरी भगला सुखदाता श्री भैरव तारा जगतारण चिन्ह पाल भवदूत निवारण जय अम्बे जगदम्बे मैया जय अम्बे जगदम्बे की हरि वाहन सोहि भवानी नागुर वीर चलत अगवानी कर मीठा पर कर विराजे जा
दिन ध्यान धरत शंकर को, काहू काल नहीं सुमिरो तुमको। शक्ति रूप को मर मन पायो, शक्ति गई तब मन पछतायो। जय अम्बे जगदम्बे, ओ मैया जय अम्बे जगदम्बे। शरणागत हुई कीर्ति बखानी, जय 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 जगदम्ब भवानी। वै प्रसन्ना दी जगदम्बा, दय शक्ति नहीं कीन विडम्बा। को मात कष्ट अति घेरो, तुम बिन कौन हरे दुख मेरो। आशा तृष्णा निपत सतावे, विभु मूरख मोहि अति दर पावे। जय अम्बे जगदम्बे, मैया जय अम्बे जगदम्बे। शत्रुनाश की जय महारानी, सुमिरो एक चित तुम ही भवानी। करो कृपा हे मातु दयाला, प्रीति सीधि दे कर मुनिहाला। जब लग जियो दया फल पाऊं, तुमरो यश में सदा सुनाऊं। दुर्गा चालीसा जो गावे, सब सुख भोग परम पद पावे। देवीदास शरणा निज जानी, करहु कृपा जगदम्ब भवानी। जय अम्बे जगदम्बे, मैया जय अम्बे जगदम्बे। 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 जय जगदम्बे अम्बे भवानी। जय जय मंगलकारिणी, दुर्गे दुर्गति नाशिनी। मां चंद्रमुंड विनाशिनी, जय जय जगदम्बे अम्बे भवानी।
we join in reciting the mantras of the Bhavani Ashtaka. न तातो न माता न बन्धु न दाता न पुत्रो न पुत्री न भर्त्यो न भर्ता न जाया न विद्या न वीर्तिर्ममेव गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका
माई के बुलाए। धरही में माई के बुलाई भी, मंदिर बनवाई भी हो। माई लाली रे चंदनी तनवाई भी, भजन गवाई भी हो। धरही में माई के बुलाई भी, मंदिर बनवाई भी हो। माई लाली रे चंदनी तनवाई भी, भजन गवाई भी हो। माई लाली रे चंदनी तनवाई भी, भजन गवाई भी हो। अंगना में बिटिया बनाई वे, यज्ञ करवाई भी हो। मैया सासुरे बहनी के बोलाई वे, भगतिन हो जाई भी हो। मैया सासुरे बहनी के बोलाई वे, भगतिन हो जाई भी हो। ऊँची ऊँची देही के जुड़ाई भी, उन्हें सब पाई भी हो। मैया झुकवा गली कर बधाई भी, सुख हम पाई भी हो। मैया झुकवा गली कर बधाई भी, सुख हम पाई भी हो। जैसा में पठवा कराई भी, पंडित बुलवाई भी हो। मैया मेरा बुलवाई के चढ़ाई, हवन करावी भी हो। मैया मेरा बुलवाई के चढ़ैया, हवन करवाई भी हो। धरही में माई के बुलाई भी, मंदिर बुलवाई भी हो। मैया लाली रे चंदनी तनवाई भी, भजन गवाई भी हो। माई लाली रे चंदनी तनवाई भी, भजन गवाई भी हो। प्रेम से बोलो श्री नव दुर्गा देवी मैया की जय माता।
जय जय जगदम्बा, जयति जग जननी जगदम्बा। जय जय जगदम्बा, जयति जग जननी जगदम्बा। जय जगदम्बा, जयति जग जननी जगदम्बा। जय जय जगदम्बा, जयति जग जननी जगदम्बा। जयति जग जननी जगदम्बा। जयति जग जननी जगदम्बा।
we stand for Purnahuti. Hari Om. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shivaratri Swaha Swudha Namostute. Om Purnamarat Purnamidam Purnat Purnamodakshate Purnasya Purnamadhai Purnamivavashishyate. Om Sarvame Purnahum Swaha. Arti. Om
Jayambi Gauri Maiya, Jayambi Gauri, O Maiya, Jayambi Gauri Maiya, Jayambi Gauri. तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी, तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी। ओ मैया जयम्बे गौरी मैया जयम्बे गौरी, ओ मैया जयम्बे गौरी मैया जयम्बे गौरी। मांग सिंदूर विराजत सीको मृग मधुको, मांग सिंदूर विराजत सीको मृग मधुको। उज्ज्वल से दो नैना, उज्ज्वल से दो नैना, चंद्रवदनी को। जयम्बे गौरी मैया जयम्बे गौरी मैया जयम्बे गौरी मैया जयम्बे गौरी। कनक समान कलेवर रत्नापर राजी, कनक समान कलेवर रत्नापर राजे। रक्त पुष्प गलमाला, रक्त पुष्प गलमाला, कंकण पर साजे। जयम्बे गौरी मैया जयम्बे गौरी, ओ मैया जयम्बे गौरी मैया जयम्बे गौरी। हे हरि वाहन राजन हर्ष कपर धारी, हे हरि वाहन राजन हर्ष कपर धारी। सुर नर मुनि जन सेवन, सुर नर मुनि जन सेवन, तिनके दुगहारी। जयम्बे गौरी मैया जयम्बे गौरी मैया जयम्बे गौरी मैया जयम्बे गौरी। शुंभनि शुंभ विराजे महिषासुर घाती, शुंभनि शुंभ विराजे महिषासुर घाती। धूम्र विलोचन नैना, धूम्र विलोचन नैना, चंद्रवदनी जयम्बे गौरी मैया जयम्बे गौरी मैया जयम्बे गौरी मैया जयम्बे गौरी। 64 योगिनी गावत नृत्य करत भैरो, 64 योगिनी गावत नृत्य करत भैरो। बाजत ताल मृदंगा, बाजत ताल मृदंगा, और बाजत डमरू। जयम्बे गौरी मैया 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 जयम्बे गौरी।
Hari Om. As we conclude our puja for tonight, as we surrender ourselves completely to the Divine Mother, to her mercy and to her compassion, let us all, as this final stotra is being chanted, offer ourselves to the Divine Mother. Pray for her protection, pray for her inspiration, pray for her upliftment and mercy. Let us join together as we pray now.
नमन्त्रं नो यन्त्रं तदपि च न जाने श्रुतिमहो न चावानं ध्यानम् तदपि च न जाने स्तुति कहो न जाने मुद्रास्ते तदपि च न जाने विलेपनं परं जाने मातः त्वदनुसरणं क्लेशहरणं विधिरज्ञाने द्रविणविदहीनालसतया विधिरकृत्वा तव चरणननयोर्याच्युतिर्भूता तदेतक्षन्त्वम् जननि सकलधारिणि शिवे कुपुत्रो जायेते क्वचिदपि कुमाता न भवति
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोले श्री गणेश भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बिंद्रावन बिहारी लाल की जय, श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, आज शक्ति दुर्गा माता की जय, जगदम्बा देवी मैया की जय, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। Tend to those around you. सबको जय सीताराम, जय सीताराम, जय सीताराम। Devotees, brothers and sisters, light refreshments have been provided for all of you. Before you leave, please partake. You're reminded, those of you viewing and those of you present, that we will have our regular morning service tomorrow morning, Sunday, from 8:30 a.m. And then we continue again tomorrow evening from 6 p.m. Durga Ashtami will be observed next Saturday. That will be the 9th of April. And then on Sunday morning, we will commence service slightly later that morning, possibly about 9:30. And we will conclude puja to the Devi Ma, and we'll move straight in to the Ram Navami celebration, which will take place next Sunday. That's the 10th of April. And refreshments will be provided for you after the Ram Navami observances, which culminates at noon and then continues thereafter. So please be aware of the invitations and the celebrations. Please extend them to your family members and friends who may not be here. And we look forward to seeing you all again with us tomorrow morning and again tomorrow evening. Have a very safe journey to your respective destinations, and may the Divine Mother bless us all. Jai Sitaram.